Weather talk heading our way. Want to get everything shared out on social, and then we will get started here in just a minute or two. From flooding to winter weather, can't catch a break right now here in the Commonwealth. Getting this posted up to social media. Let us know where you're joining from tonight. Happy to have everybody here. Getting this shared out. One of our fireside weather chats. Hope everybody's doing okay after the flooding. Just absolutely a horrific event there. Well, we're going to get started in just a minute. Give everybody time to get on. Let us know where you're watching from. Share this out. Like it. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, let folks across Kentucky know. We've got snow heading our way, and yes, I've got numbers. I have snow totals in tonight's show, so we're gonna have some numbers on there. All right, see. My wife with the first comment. Thanks for joining us. Bluegrass collectors over in E-Town on YouTube watching. Thank you for joining us this evening. How did you guys fare with the heavy rain? I know it was a little worse to your southwest, but what did you all see? All right. Snow is starting Tuesday night as far as the heavier snow, although we've got a little light snow ongoing. That's actually where we're going to start out this evening. Good evening. Meteorologist Shane Smith here with us on this Sunday night before President's Day. Thank you guys for taking the time to join us. And if you're just joining us for the first time, I am based out of London, Kentucky, but I try to talk about most of the Bluegrass State for my weather forecast. And what a 48 hours it has been across the Commonwealth. Just prolific heavy rain yesterday, immense flooding, especially far eastern Kentucky, Pikeville and Hazard experiencing some of the heaviest rain or the heaviest flooding I've seen. Not the most rain. That one goes back to 22, but just some significant river flooding. Everybody wants to know how much snow. We're going to get to that in just a little bit, Curtis. But we got some things to take care of before we get there. Let's talk about some of the aftermath from the storm. I know my power was out early this morning for about an hour and a half, and we have still seeing many power outages across Kentucky tonight. Leslie County, one of the harder hit areas right now, seeing over 200 customers without power. Let me refresh that back. I may have to come back to that one. But several spots still seeing power outages, snow ongoing across eastern Kentucky right now. I know we've got a light coating, a lot of schools out for flooding and for ice. Roads are going to be slick in the morning. In fact, we do have a winter weather advisory for most of eastern and northern Kentucky this morning because of the overnight snow. and the black ice threat we have tonight, all that water on the roadways is going to freeze up as our temperatures drop into the low 20s tonight. So we are going to see very cold air moving in, and you'll notice that blue on the western end of the map. Winter storm watches already out for our next storm system, and this one is going to it's going to be a pretty good winter storm. We've seen several of those so far this year. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. Give the people what they want. Here is how it all plays out. We're looking at the GFS forecasting model for this one tonight. And you can see the light snow continuing through the overnight. Some spots in eastern Kentucky may pick up a ½ inch to an inch of accumulation. There's a small chance of just a stray snow shower early Tuesday, but the bigger part of the snow comes in Tuesday night. So we are dry most of the day on Monday, minus a few morning snow showers and flurries across the Commonwealth. It is as we go into Tuesday evening, snow should start breaking out in western Kentucky somewhere around 5-6 o'clock around Paducah, Evansville, back over to Owensboro, down towards Bowling Green. Now, you're going to notice there's going to be some bands of heavier snow, especially along the Kentucky-Tennessee border, according to the GFS models. The models are struggling a little bit of the placement of this heavy band of snow, but somewhere between the southern border of Tennessee and the northern border of Kentucky, they're going to get thumped with a good snow. Still got some questions exactly about where that sets up. Some of the modeling pushing that a little further north than the GFS model. We see snow showers linger into Wednesday. Another little piece of energy comes in Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Could bring a few additional light snow showers. And the data has been all over the place as far as snow totals. So we're going to take a look at some of the various models and see how they're performing. If you have questions, please be sure to drop those in the chat. I will get to those as soon as I can. Let me make sure I've got that positioning just right on the screen. Yeah, we do have some snow here in Corbin. Got some snow here in London as well, Brandy. Very light, but it could definitely cause some slick roads in the morning, not to mention the freeze up of all the water. All right, so this is snow totals through Thursday, right around 1 in the morning. So most of the event by that point. This is the European model, and I'm on the regional view. So just to give you a idea, London, European model spinning out 5 inches, 5 to 6 inches up around Lexington, around 2 to 3 for Cincinnati, about 4 to 5 Bowling Green, back over towards Hopkinsville, back over towards Paducah. So a widespread kind of 4 to 6 inch snow is what the European is spitting out. Pretty similar situation on the Canadian model, at least the global Canadian. Few pockets a little bit heavier than that. The GFS is one of the most aggressive right now. It is showing a widespread swath of 6 to 8 inches of snow across most of the state, with a little bit less in far northern Kentucky, a little bit less in far southern Kentucky for our friends over in Tennessee. A widespread 2 to 3 inch snow, a few spots seeing more than that. The Icon model, even more aggressive than the GFS, going some spots 8 to 9 inches of snow. Just some really, really hefty totals. The NAM is the outlier right now, and it is the farthest north. Now, the NAM does have a very, very bad habit of keeping a snow system too far off to the north, overestimating warm air advection. I'm going to be very curious to see how the NAM model reacts tomorrow as the new data comes in. I got a feeling it's going to come back south, because overall, besides the NAM, the models are in at least decent agreement about the placement. There's some questions about exactly how much, but the overall placement's good. see similar to the other models with the regional Canadian model and with the UCMET, the British model. And the ensemble's pretty good in consistency with the placement, but a little bit less in the overall totals. But I think part of the reason for that is this is a 10-to-1 liquid to snow ratio showing up on the map. And I think our snow ratio is going to be higher than that. Traditionally, when snow falls around the freezing mark, you get 1 inch of rain would equal 10 inches of snow. Well, because it's going to be much colder than that, I'm expecting snowfall ratios maybe in the 13 to kind of 18-to-1 category. That would mean those snow totals on the ensemble models are a little bit underdone. Okay, enough of the model talk. My forecast. First one out, to my knowledge. I haven't seen anybody else's yet. I'm feeling pretty good about this. This will probably change a little bit tomorrow with the placement and maybe with some of the totals. But for a first forecast, I'm feeling pretty good about this one. Oh, Amy, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear about the flooding. I hope y'all are all right. I know a lot of people have been impacted about that. This thoughts and prayers go out to you. All right, so let's talk totals on the snow forecast. Northern Kentucky, 2 to 4 inches. This may come up a little bit. We will see. But I'm feeling pretty good about that. In the purple, right around Dry Ridge, back over towards, we'll say, right around Sparta, right around the Kentucky Speedway, east along the Ohio River. We're going to call 3 to 6 inches going down to just north of I-64. I-64 in a county, either side of that, I've got you all in the 4 to 7 inch range. I think you guys are going to be the bullseye for heavy snow. And that may have to go up a little bit, but I feel like 4 to 7 is a good first forecast. Just south of that, Owensboro, over to E-Town, right around Danville, down to Mount Vernon, over to Jackson, Prestonsburg, Pikeville. Y'all are looking 3 to 6 inches of snow. Northern end of Perry County, I think you guys are in that 3 to 6 inch range. Southern end of Perry County, back over towards London and Corbin, Somerset, over to Bowling Green. 2 to 4 inches for now. I may have to widen that swath of 3 to 6 a little bit. We'll see. It's going to be a close call on where that heavy band of snow sets up, but I think somewhere in the central part of the state, probably going to see 6 inches from this. And this is going to be a prolonged event. This is Tuesday night all the way to Thursday morning. So what to expect as far as impact. Because this is going to be a colder snow, it's going to be a little bit more powdery. I'm hoping we can get away from power outage issues, but we're going to have to watch that, especially depending on how strong the wind kicks up as this storm moves through. It would not take a lot of wind to knock trees and power lines over right now, just because of how saturated the ground is. A lot of folks talking in the chat about the flooding. Just some of the worst flooding I've ever seen in eastern Kentucky, and I didn't think we'd be saying that again 2 years, little over 2 years now after the flood of 22. But just once again, just widespread flooding. A lot of folks impacted, a lot of businesses, especially downtown Hazard, Pikeville, Coal Run, there along the Leviza Fork of the Big Sandy. Just my heart goes out to y'all. We've been through a lot the last couple of years, and Mother Nature is not pulling her punches. I think the biggest impact from this is going to be travel. You're going to have slick travel Tuesday night through Thursday morning across much of the state. I'm anticipating a lot of school closings and delays once again. I know a lot of districts have already burned through their NTI days. So be sure to let your senator and congressperson know up at the state legislature, hey, some extra NTI days wouldn't be a bad thing. Um, just unreal. An unreal winter we've had so far. It has been one of the worst winters we have seen around here in quite some time. Had snow on the ground most of the month of January across much of the state, and here we are now entering the second half of February, and we're going to have most of the state covered again after having something I had never seen yesterday. Every single county in Kentucky at one point yesterday was under a flash flood or flood warning concurrently at the same time. I've been watching the weather most of my life, professionally doing this now since 2008. Never seen that. Never, ever have seen that. Just an incredible occurrence yesterday with the flooding. So if you've got questions about how much snow to expect in your neighborhood, let me know. We'll bring the snow map back up in just a second. I do want to talk temperatures because that is going to play into this event quite a bit. Tomorrow, we're going highs just barely above freezing, lows in the 20s tomorrow morning. It's going to be cold. Watch out for that black ice and just those icy patches. It may just be outright ice from some of the runoff from all the rain we've seen this weekend. Tuesday, just a skosh warmer during the day before that snow moves in. Temperatures dropping like a rock, though. We're going to see highs on Wednesday, upper 20s. Lows by Thursday morning, teens. Yes, teens. Highs in the low 20s on Thursday. And then Friday morning, we wake up single digits. It would not surprise me if wind chills are below zero Friday morning, which is pretty insane for this late in February. We do have a bit of a rebound going into the weekend. We should be back above freezing on Saturday. Sunday back to the mid 40s. Another little cold front dips in here Monday and Tuesday and next week. And then I think we get a little taste of spring towards the end of next week as we put the kibosh on February and start heading into March. But that is just some really cold weather heading our way, in addition to some pretty significant snow for this time of year. So we've been going now almost 20 minutes. Does anybody else have questions about what to expect with the upcoming snow? Once again, tonight, light snow is going to continue across much of eastern Kentucky and northeastern Kentucky. For the next several hours, we may pick up about a half inch to inch, especially east of I-75. Going to be some slick spots on the morning commute. We still have the winter weather advisory through tomorrow morning for eastern Kentucky. Winter storm watch already out for western Kentucky. I expect that to come east tomorrow. I will be posting the snow forecast on my Facebook and X and Instagram just as soon as this live stream wraps up. So that snow forecast is about to go out and you can share it. Last call for questions before we wrap this thing up and land the plane. Once again, most of the snow should start Tuesday night. That will then come up and just widespread snow on Wednesday and should taper off Thursday morning. Heaviest of snow looks to be in central Kentucky right now. The lines and the numbers may get adjusted a bit tomorrow. We'll have to see how tomorrow's data comes in. But we're 48 hours from the start, folks, and that's usually like when I like to post a forecast. 72 is ideal, but doesn't always happen because of the data. But 48, I feel like you got to put something out to give people 2 days to prepare. So you got Monday and most of Tuesday to get ready for this. And I'm thinking this is going to be another decent snow event. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Look for ways to help your neighbors, especially the folks in eastern Kentucky that have dealt with just another round of significant flooding. Hearts go out to y'all. Thoughts and prayers for the folks impacted. And we're going to watch this snow because it could cause some problems, and there's going to be a lot of people trying to clean up, and then this mess rolls in, and that's not a good situation. So until next time, I'm meteorologist Shane Smith. Thanks